Good evening and salutations, my BNB fans. This video is going to be slightly different because I didn't want to take any notes. Um, so most of the stuff is going to be kind of off the cuff. So, like what people were saying in the comment section um, on yesterday's videos, and I think a little bit in the live stream, is that Sheila was going to fake a heart attack. Now, I don't know if she was actually going to fake a heart attack, but it turned out that she, I think, legit had an actual heart attack. I don't understand how. Okay, so this is the part that's so stupid. She breaks away from the cops, right? And she starts running, and the cops go after her. Bill just goes to another way, and he somehow finds her, and I'm just like, where the hell are the cops at? So she's all sweating and stuff like that, and she runs into Bill. They have a couple of words, and he's all like, "Oh, I faked my love, and I faked everything, just like this ring." And she falls down, and she starts like clutching her chest and stuff like that. And eventually, the cops do get there. They do catch up. I'm just like, did this guy just go through a black hole? I don't understand. Like, whatever. They get to the hospital, right? And Steffi and Finn are there, and they're just having the most boring scenes ever, like they usually do. They bring Sheila into the hospital room, and Lee's there. Now the attendant Smith is saying what her diagnosis is and stuff like that, or the paramedic was saying that. She turns around. It's Sheila. Eventually, they do wind up getting Finn. Now at this point, Sheila is having cardiac arrest. The monitors are going and stuff like that. And I'm just like, really, you're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna, okay. And Finn comes in there, and Finn is like, we should help her. Like, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, Lee, is she really worth you losing your medical license? Like, seriously, is she really worth? I was like, I think she's really worth her losing her medical license. She just stands there like, nope, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just gonna sit there and just let this chick ride. And I think eventually it stopped, and it seemed like her heart stopped or whatever. Now it's kind of weird because it's like we all know that she's on contract, so it's kind of odd to sit there and think that they're going to just let her die. It's kind of odd to sit there and think they're just going to let her die, but I'm like, I'm kind of intrigued about the next episode, um, and how that whole thing's going to go down. So while all of that is going on, you pretty much got Bill and Deacon and Reg celebrating. And of course, they go through the whole backstory about how they got Deacon involved. Pretty much saying, like, listen, Bill is like, listen, you're either going to sit there and play ball with us, or you're going to wind up, going to jail. And Bill helped, and Deacon helped on the condition of one, he doesn't go to jail, and two, if he does help, they're going to sit there and keep it a secret from Brooke and Hope. So that was the conditions. So all sitting there drinking and stuff like that. And even Rich was like, I don't know how you felt for that whack job, but you really sit there and you came through. And of course, they give Bill a lot of his credit as well because at the end of the day, he had to really sell it. Okay, he really has to sit there and sell it. There's one point where they do make somewhat of a dirty joke, as far as Bill being like, "Oh, I faked my love for you," and Sheila was like, "Yeah, well, I faked a lot of stuff too." I was like, "Oh, okay." So meanwhile, that's going on. You got everyone gathered at the house. Stephen or Stefan or whatever his name is, Brooks' father is just getting on my damn nerves. He's getting on my nerves so bad. There's one point where Rich does come in there, and Rich is like, "What are you hungry? You want a sandwich or something like that? Like, what are you cranky? You want a nap or something?" And I laugh because I'm like, "Bro, shut the hell up." you know. But everyone's gathered there. You have Donna, Eric, Carter, Kate, Taylor, Brooke. Like I'm missing somebody, but I can't think of who it is. Or you pretty much have everyone there, right? Because they're like Ridge asked them to be there, so Ridge gets in there, and after them sniffing, be like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't." By the way, the whole time Steven isn't there complaining about Ridge because that's just what he does, nonstop. So that scene was annoying. Anyway, he gets in there. He doesn't have the man bun anymore. He's back to his usual hairstyle, and he won't let them just. I mean, they won't let him talk. It gets to a certain point where he's talking about Bill, and Bill gets in there, and everybody's like, get out, you gotta leave. You're responsible for all of this, and everyone's just lambasting him. And Rich is like, all right, so, he's trying to get a word edgewise in there, but everyone just, like, keeps cutting him off. And I feel like it was just such an obnoxious scene. And I know the reason why they kept cutting him off, because he had to sit there and stretch it out as long as possible. But it was like, if people would just shut up for like 5 minutes, maybe we can actually get the storyline moving. No? We're just going to keep going? Okay, I guess that works too. And hell, he doesn't, at the end, Ridge is like, y'all need to be sitting there thinking of. Because the whole time they're like, oh, you're responsible for Sheila this and Sheila that and this, that, and the third. And they're just all collectively complaining to Bill and Ridge about what Bill did. And it's like, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the time and I'm just like, we really just stretching out this scene, aren't we? We just stretching the hell out this scene. Okay. Alright, that's what we're doing. And so I guess maybe tomorrow we'll sit there. No, maybe tomorrow halfway through, after everyone, because you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna sit there and start in what yesterday's scenes with everyone sitting there complaining, and then maybe towards the end, Bill can actually have a word in inchwise and explain what he did, or Ridge can sit and explain what Bill did as far as helping everyone and making sure everyone is safe. I'm pretty sure they're still going to find a way to sit there and bitch and complain because, that's just, I feel like that's the direction you're going to sit there and go in. So that should be a whole lot of fun, especially since there's Steven's there because it's going to be interesting once I get through all the annoying parts. I think that was kind of the issue with today's episode. Okay, it wasn't a bad episode. I can care less about Steffi and Finn in their conversation because they didn't add anything to the story. They just it's like they didn't do anything. Okay, they literally did nothing in the episode. Um, so all the stuff that was actually really interesting revolved around Sheila. It all revolved around Sheila. It's funny. One of my subscribers is there saying that every time that things get kind of boring or whatever, they pretty much kind of get Sheila to come in to kind of liven things up. It's like Bella and Sean on Days of Our Lives. It gets to a point that gets so boring. It's like, all right, we gotta sit there and bring in Jan Spears. So she should be in here any minute now to sit there and spice things up. But let's be honest. If they kill off Sheila, what are you gonna do next? I guess you're gonna sit there and have to make Thomas the villain again. I guess they're gonna have to sit there and make Thomas the villain again or something. Man, they can't just sit there and just come up with a new villain. Like, seriously, they can't just come up with a new villain? That'd be pretty interesting. I can't think of anything else that happened throughout this episode, but for the most part, I'll sit there and say, it was good. It was good. My little snags here and there, but for the most part, it was good. That's why I decided to actually do a review on it, because I was like, I didn't even write any notes, and I'm pretty sure I left a lot of stuff out. So, also, if I did leave anything out, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about that and all the other soap operas. I want to thank you for watching, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.